All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have already reached the Eastern and Western Conference Finals in what has not really felt like a lot of time. And we have two of these matchups here that I honestly didn't think. I don't think a lot of people thought, maybe nobody thought that these would be the matchups, but these are the matchups. A lot of game sevens in the previous round, but we're going to start and kick this off with the Eastern Conference Finals. A very big surprise, the Celtics and the Pacers. I thought the Knicks had it. Obviously, they were very injured. In credit to the Pacers, found a way to get out of that series in seven. Very impressive. Tyrese Halliburton really kind of coming into his own as a good, really solid player. You have Pascal Siakam that's on that team. That was a really good addition for him. But then you look to the other side and you have Boston, a team that it just looks like at this point that they're sleepwalking to the finals. They had to play a Heat team without Jimmy Butler. They had to play a Cavs team where in games 4 and 5, Donovan Mitchell didn't play. So they really haven't had really that much competition. I don't know that they're challenged here either. I have them in 5. I just think that they're too much better of a team than the Pacers to lose this series or for the series to even be all that competitive. Still think the Pacers will get one game. They're a scrappy team. They fought their way through the other two series that they played in. They took down the Bucks without Giannis, though. Were able to take down a very injured Knicks team. The Celtics, though, it's a different story. The Celtics have dominated the East pretty much the entire year. That's why I got to give the nudge. And Kristaps Porzingis at some point in this series probably is going to come back. It would be even better for them if they go up like 3-0 or something. They wouldn't even have to play him. They can just rest him for the finals. So very interesting there. But I have the Celtics in 5. I just think they've been dominating the East all year. I think they're going to book their ticket to the NBA Finals as I expected when the playoffs began. Then we go to the other matchup, very interesting matchup that I didn't think was going to happen either. You have Minnesota versus Dallas, Mavericks versus Timberwolves. This is going to be an exciting series, I think, because you can argue the two most playoff experienced players and maybe even the best overall player currently right now are both on the Dallas Mavericks. When you have Kyrie with all his playoff experience and you have Luka Doncic, who has had a tremendous year and does pretty darn well in the playoffs. He's a good playoff player statistically. Then you go on the other side and you have the best defensive team in the league. You have the athletic freak and pretty decent three-point shooter in Anthony Edwards. You have the size on Minnesota. They're a big team. And I just think, and I made this statement in previous videos, I think Dallas is too injured. There's been so many injury issues. I was watching that series against OKC, and I was like, Dallas might be the best team that's left of this field. But they seem too injured. Luka's had his problems too. Give me the Minnesota Timberwolves in 6. I just think they get by. I think Mike Conley was an incredible piece for them this year. He's done a lot of he's known how to win. Like I said, the furthest he ever got was the Western Conference Finals with Memphis. But I just think that he can kind of bring the veteran leadership. Karl Anthony Towns isn't young. We also have to understand that. Rudy Gobert isn't young either. And then you, like I said, you have the young superstar, the young athletic freak in Ant Edwards. I just think that their defensive ability is going to overpower them. Their size is going to overpower them. I think that the Mavericks, like I said, I think they're too injured. I think Luka puts up big points in this series. But I got to give the edge to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And that would set up a really interesting matchup in the NBA Finals, being the Minnesota Timberwolves, a team that really nobody thought was going to be there, and the Boston Celtics, a team that kind of has been the favorite to win the championship the entire way. I'm fine with that finals. I think it'd be exciting. But we'll see what happens. I'll be here to break down the NBA Finals when we get there, when we cross that leaf.